Okay, welcome back everybody to Coffee and Art in the Morning. And so I already showed three new color books that I got in, and and this is Colorist Special Effects. So anyway, I was enabled in this by Jen Reading with Pugs. She showed this, so of course I had to buy it. And so it's by Helen Elliston, and I did a flip through a minute ago showing all the different things that she does in this book. And so I was talking to the girls. I said, well, do you think she'll mind if we do one of her steps just to give an example of how it works? And Jen doesn't think she'd mind, so I think we're going to try to do one of her step by steps. Now, it's not like I've never done eyes. Y'all know I do color pencil portraits. So, but I thought it would be fun to try to do one of her step by steps. I'm just going to do one. So if you want all these steps on color effects, special effects, then you'll have to go get her book. And I'm telling y'all guys, it really is. There's tons of stuff in here. Tons and tons of things, from everything from eyes, water droplets, jewels, shiny bugs, backgrounds, color charts, color sample things. There's just tons of stuff in this book. And I think I got on Amazon, it was something like, I don't remember how much it was. I'd have to look it up. Not more than, I don't even know. It's like not even $10, I don't think. Maybe 10, something like that on Amazon. So anyway, she has all kinds of practice things for shading, and she has little practice things, like little places for you to practice. The little blank sampley things. Blending one color pencil into another. So there's tons of techniques in here if you want to learn how to do special effects. But I would thought we would try one just so, I again trying to promote her book because hey, we love our coloring. So let's go ahead and zoom in a little. Hey, K-Bird Kathy. Let's zoom in a couple. That's probably good right there. Let's zoom in. Oops, lost my chat again. Hang on, guys. Let me get my chat back. And I do want to try to get it so it's not so pink. The background, of course, it is a little tan around here, but the book looks a little pink because of the lighting. It should be a little whiter, but I think that's pretty good. We're going to roll with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow her steps. I'm going to use her steps, even if they're not necessarily my steps in doing faces or an eye. We're going to do her step. Thanks for linking the book. Yeah, and I'll make sure and put in the description, I'll put the, I'm going to put the picture of the book and all that too. So, and let's see, does she have the link right handy? Her website is www.helenclaireart, Helen, C-L-A-I-R-E, art.co.uk. But you can get it on Amazon, just saying. I got mine on Amazon. So we're going to try one of her steps. So let me just get something to write in, I'm going to start from scratch. I want a smooth paper. So I think I'm just going to get some heavy cardstock here. Just some smooth cardstock because the smoothness is pretty much, and I'm going to have to do something. That is pink, isn't it? Does it look really pink to you guys? It looks pink to me. And I know that's because of the lighting. Let's see. There we go. How's that? Alrighty. Is that better? I think. Because every time we change positions, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, it changes. All right, so let's get our chat back popped out, and we'll. So anyway, what I was going to say is most color books that we color on are smooth. You know, so I want to work on some smooth paper. That the grayscale was, I know. That's, yeah, and so that's another thing Jen just mentioned too. There's a grayscale version. It's special effects, and it's called grayscale, but it doesn't teach you grayscale. The book is just in grayscale. So if you want to have the color version, don't get the grayscale. Okay, I got to turn off the auto here. Hang on, guys. Let's get over here. Let's get back over here. You know? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just draw an eye. Let me get a waterproof pen here, you know. Not that it matters because we're doing it all in pencil, but let me get a pen here. Let's see, do I want probably about an 02 or something. Let's try this one. And these are just black liner by Pacific Arc. I get these at Hobby Lobby. Waterproof, permanent, non-fading pens, and they come in different sizes. So let's just see, that may be a little bit bigger because I want it to show up on camera. Let's see, let's try a 3. Yeah, that's good. We'll go with a 3. If you have any questions, put them in caps. Move all this out of the way, and we're going to try to do a step-by-step. Still with the tour? And if you're watching this recording, this is a live show on Ustream, and we're talking with the live chat. So we're going to try to do a step-by-step here using her her shading methods. Okay. One of these days, we got to do a Mark Crilly. I have that Mark Crilly realism book, and I keep saying we're going to do a Mark Crilly. I know, I gotta, one of these days. All right, so I'm just going to do like an almond shape eye here. You know, I'm just going to kind of draw something similar to what she has, kind of close to it. And she does have a line underneath. And that's just something you wouldn't draw in pen, right? You just wouldn't do that in pen if you were going to sketch it. Because you don't want to fight black lines, because there's no real black line like on that line under your eye. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and put in some lashes. I'm just going to kind of do what she has here. Let's do a little thicker ones here. Because I want to follow her samples. All right, she's got some eyebrows up here. Can y'all see okay? Are we zoomed in enough? Night, Aussie. Sleep well. All right, so let's go ahead and see what her next step is. Now, her steps are not to draw the eye. I'm just doing it because I want, you know, I want my own, you know, to work on. All right, so I think that's good. Okay, so the first thing that she says, now she does not tell you colors like, you know, use Prismacolor number so-and-so, Polychromos number so-and-so, or anything like that. Let me move my coffee off the table. I'm just going to, when she says light flesh, you know, I'm just going to get a light flesh Prisma, right? If y'all have any questions, put them in caps. All right, so she shows here, she even does above the eyebrow. I'm just going to follow hers. That may be, it's light. I mean, I can see it, but I don't know if y'all can see it. Do I need to zoom in one more? Let's see. Maybe we need to zoom in again. How's that? Is that close enough? Okay. So now I think you can kind of see the color. Dee makes it more workable for people who don't use big brand name. Yeah, well, I like all pencils. I got my Holbees. I got different ones. Now, see, I'm thinking, now this is what I would call light flesh, but can y'all see it? You know, that's my thing here. All right, so she just kind of does a little scribble at the top here because, you know, we're not doing the whole face. So let me know if y'all can see this. I can go darker. I can get one darker, you know, light that will still be. All right, hope y'all can see. I'm just kind of following her example here, going right along the top of the, she kind of flares it out here on the side. She doesn't have much on the eyelid itself, just like a little bit right there. You can see. Okay, good. All right, she does right under the eye, right up to the white of the eye. She does this little dot in the eye. My little dot's a little smaller than her dot, but, you know, corner, I should say. And then her lines, she just has this all colored in. And it's not solid. I don't know if you can see, but there's kind of like some white space in there, too. Hey, Jean, did my alarm clock wake you up? Okay, so there's that. Then she says, number 2, then she goes to a burnt ochre, or in parentheses, tan. Blend out into the flesh color. Okay, so a burnt ochre, maybe, I don't know if she's kind of, hers is kind of almost a green color. I mean, and I know that's probably the way the book printed, but she's going to get in here what she's calling a dark brown or a Venetian red. So the colors are going to be a little different. I'll just tell you what colors I'm going to use. Okay, so we're going to go, she says burnt ochre, which, you know, that's not a yellow ochre. I'm trying to kind of guesstimate the colors based on the printing of the book, because you know the printing of the book is probably a little different from her actual colors. So let's see, she says tan. I don't know if that's tan enough. Okay, we're gonna go with, okay, I don't even know. I just picked up a nub again. Let me see if I can find this color in a full-on pencil here, guys. Is it this one? It's 1084. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so we're going to go with, so you can see a full pencil. We're going to go with ginger root. Okay, that's the color tan I'm going to use. All right, let me just show you here on the side. Here's my light peach. Here's ginger root, which to me is pretty close to that. Then she's going to go with, she's calling it Venetian red, a mid-brown with a red tone, which I'm going to go with, let's see, which one do I want? Probably this one. We'll probably go with burnt ochre, which has a little bit of that red tone in it. Sienna is another one that's kind of close. And then a dark brown after that. I'm trying to get all the pencils for you guys, which is just dark umber here. So we're going to go with those. And then she has black. Let's see. And black. And then a light blue. We're going to do the iris. All right, well, we won't get into the iris. We won't get into the iris yet. Okay, so here's the colors we're going to go with. And I'll try to keep staying here in focus because in a camera because I'm so zoomed up. Can y'all see? Okay, so we're going to go with light peach, ginger root, burnt ochre, which or a sienna. They're very close to me. Dark brown and black. These are the colors that I tried to match to hers. All right, so now we're going to go with the ginger root. And I'm going to just follow along here and kind of try to shade. I don't see her doing a lot of blending yet. She's just kind of putting the color down. So I'm going to kind of do that too. She has it coming off the eyebrow. Doesn't this make y'all want to buy the book? It would me. And I'm trying not to put too much pressure because I don't know how much she's going to blend. And if you get it too much pressure, especially, I'm just using a Bristol slick paper, you're not going to be able to blend if you're not careful, right? If we get it too waxed up, as I call it. Can y'all see? Is that dark enough? It's the closest color to this, but on camera it doesn't look that dark. Same for my peach. It's already in your cart, Valerie. Do you know what I'm saying? This color it looks kind of like the same here, but it's very light here. But I wanted to use a slick paper. I personally, if I was doing portraits, would not be doing, a slick paper. I'd be doing, something with a little bit of tooth. But because our color books are almost all slick paper, and usually not very expensive paper at that, I wanted to try it on the slick paper. Okay, thanks, guys. I wanted to try to do it as much as I could, like if it was on a color book page, because that's why she's doing this. She's doing this for color book people. Okay, so mine might be a little lighter than hers. All right, so then blend out into the flesh color. Now she doesn't say to blend the flesh color back in yet, so I'm not going to do that yet. We'll say she's not assuming anything. Okay, I'm just going by just her instructions. All right, next she says to go with the Venetian red or a mid-brown with a red tone. Okay, this layer balances the skin so that it isn't too orange. So now we're going to just follow along here. Let's get back in here. Now we're going to go with this one. Just a quick Indy, my grand. Oh, congratulations, Muse! Congratulations on your new grandson. A mop of hair. Oh yeah, make sure you tweet us. We all can drool over him. Oh my gosh. Well, congratulations, Muse. Thanks for letting us know. That's always nice to have good news. You've been waiting, I know. Okay, so again, I'm just going to follow where she has hers. And again, it's going to be a little lighter than hers. But I'm trying to follow it as closely as I can. It's a little bit there, a little bit. I think she's trying to cover up the black line with this color here. And again, her lines are not blendy. I mean, all these colors are not blended yet. So I'm just following along. All right. All right, we'll go over here. Next is the dark brown. As well as needed for shadow and depth. Here I am also using this shade as eyeshadow. blend and fade out into the lighter colors. See, I'm wondering when she says blend and fade out, is she like going back and see? So far I can't see that she's going back and forth to other colors. I'm just so far seeing that she's putting down these colors. So I'm kind of, trying to kind of read what she might mean. Whoops, I got her eyebrow a little thick. That's okay. All right, so now she's kind of going on the black lines that I drew, and well, her black lines too. Again, you gotta still, even though I'm following along, I still have to be careful not to over press, because if I press down too hard to get the darkness that she has, I'm gonna lose the ability to blend. Okay, then she has it right on top here, like she says she's gonna go with the eyeshadow. Is this helpful, guys? Are y'all like, liking this? Following a step by step? Everybody put it in their cart. And then like right under that black line too. So that's how she's got rid of most of the black line from the pin work. And again, mine's just a little bit different shape and all, but I'm following along as best I can with her sample. Get the tweezers. Let's blend this. See, now if I was just doing this by myself, I would already be going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to the other colors to blend, but I'm not, on her piece here, I'm not seeing it blended yet. So maybe I should have read ahead. So I'm not seeing, and she might. I'm just going to keep going here. We'll roll with it. Put it in. We did put it in. Oh, in your cart? Okay. So again, I'm going to not start going back and forth between pencils yet, although I would be doing that, okay? Especially at this stage. The black on the eyelashes, I always do this stuff, and I tell y'all to do this last. And I'm just talking this out, guys. Because if you do her, like I can't do her eyelashes yet. If I do her eyelashes now, individually, I mean, there's no going in there and blending those light colors because I'll be picking up the black, right? I'll be picking up the black from the eyelashes. I'm doing it right along the edge of her eye here, right, where she has it. But the individual lashes, you don't want to do those to the end, because now if I want to go back and blend, say, peach on her on the lid, I'll be going on top of black individual lashes. Can you please just put in the eye? Well, yeah, you mean the pupil? You want me to draw in the pupil? Is it bugging you? Okay. Oh my gosh, let's put in the pupil. We just weren't getting to that spot yet, so I didn't do it. I want it a little thicker like hers. And then she just has a pupil right in the middle, which, I don't do my eyes that way, but we're following her lead here. Okay. There we go. All right. So now the black pencil, again, she says this goes over the dark brown near the lashes and creases of the lid. So she even put a little black right in the crease of the lid. Okay. All right. Now now we are to the place where this. Now, I am going to have to read ahead a little because I want to blend. I don't know if she wants us to blend yet. Yeah, see, by the time she gets to here, this is all blended out. So I want to try to show you all the difference here. Okay, so like when we get up to step 12, look at her pencil. See how it's not blended? It's not blended there. But this step, look how blended out the color pencil is. See the difference? See the blend? So I do need to go back and blend, I think, as we go. Know what I mean, Bern? So I'm going to go back to the ginger root. Let's get up to this stage here. And I'm going to start blending. I'm going to go back and forth between the colors to get it blended out. Is this making sense to you guys? See, I just laid down the color first. But obviously at some point she starts blending. I'm just not sure from her steps exactly where she starts softening the color. So I'm going to go ahead and start softening it. Okay, and then get a little bit of the peach in here to blend more. Again, I'm doing light layers, especially on slick paper here. There's you know, it's easy to get it waxed up with the Bristol. So I'm just now kind of softening all those colors together. Can y'all see the difference by doing this? Okay, going back to the ginger root a little bit more in here. And then the peach. And I think she's got the peach like right on the line there. If left unblended, we would see exactly where to put the color. Yeah, I think so, Palm. She left it that way so you could see exactly where to put the color. But at some point, you got to blend it, right? But I just wasn't sure at what point she wanted us to blend. Okay, a little bit more ginger root. Something like that. Is that kind of close? Need a little bit now the dark brown where she's got it coming out like a little bit more eyeshadowy maybe here. And I'm not going to do the eyelashes till the end because again, you want to make sure all your skin is blended before you do individual lashes with pencil, because then there's no going in there and blending. Dee Dee, is it weird to do her technique? Yeah, it is a little. Yeah, President's asking me, is it weird to do her technique when I'm used to doing my own? It is a little bit, yeah. But I wanted y'all to see her method, you know, her way, because that's what we're trying to, you know, show in her book. So we want to show, can you do this? Well, yes, you can. It may not be exactly how I would do it. That doesn't matter, right? And mine's not going to look exactly. And if you do it, yours isn't going to look exactly either, you know. And you're already going to have a drawn eye. I'm assuming you're, doing something from a color book where the face is already drawn for you. But this is good practice for if you are drawing one. It's not that hard to draw one. Mine doesn't look exactly like hers. I think she intends for us to blend from the start as we go along. Probably, yeah. But, I didn't read ahead. I guess we should read ahead. All right, so now we're down to here. Okay, now we've blended out down to here, pretty much. She might have a little bit more on the above the brow line here. Something like that. So now let's go ahead and we're going to do a blue eye. So she says light blue pencil in the iris. So we're going to go with blue slate. I love me some blue slate. Oh, y'all think it's good to do this? Okay, well, good. And again, guys, go put her book in your cart. All right, so it looks like she just left a tiny little triangle of white so far down here at the bottom, and she kind of just feathers that out, and then it's kind of solid up here. And again, when I do my pupils, I never do just a single pupil in the middle, which with the blue eye it's probably going to be very dramatic unless she makes the pupil bigger later. I don't know. No, she keeps that. Just because a dilated pupil, you don't see that mostly when you look right at people. I don't know. To make two eyes look alike. Well, no two eyes ever look exactly alike. I mean, you want them similar, but never feel like, if you look at photographs, get out a photograph. Let me get my iPad. Hang on. Okay, let me go over here and show you. Let me find some Google images here. Hang on. Let's see if I can bring something up here. Let me just put in eyes. Okay, so here's a good example right here. So I got a whole sheet of eyes. Let's look at this one right here. Now, if you look at her eyes, they're the same, you got your same basic shape, right? But look at this. Look at the shadowing here. It's different, you see, because the light's hitting it different. Look at that. See that darker line around that eye? This one's lighter. Look at the crease at this one. See how this one's a little bit more arched? This one is kind of straight across and down. Do you see? So they're never exact. No two eyes are ever going to be exact. Look how this brow kind of tilts in a little bit and goes up. Look, this one has a lot more hair over here. They're not exact. So, you want your basic shape. But even that, I bet if we trace this eye and tilted it over to this one, there'd be two totally different things. Do you know what I mean? They would not be exact. I don't know if I have a piece of tracing paper around here. Where's my stamping stuff? Carve stamp. Here, let me see if I can, hang on, let me find a little piece of tracing paper. Ah, here's a little torn bit. Okay. Let's see if I can do any kind of pressure on here without it. See, I want to do it on this. Well, yeah. All right. If I put too much pressure on, it's gonna. I probably need to lock it in. I just want to do a quick little. Probably with Sharp. Well, no, Sharpie will go through. I just want to get the shape here, just to show you guys. Trying to do it as close as I can. All right, so here's the shape of that eye. Now let's see what happens when we flip it. Yeah, exactly, perfect symmetry. All right, so now, all right, so I traced it here. Now let's flip it over here. And it's similar, but look, let's see if you can see. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Oh, hang on. I touched it. Let's see if you can see when I put it on there. See, look, especially the corner. See how much bigger the corner of the other one is? And look where the pupils don't match up. See, the pupils don't even match up. I can match the pupil, but then the rest of the eye doesn't. So my point is they're not going to be, it's not going to be perfectly the same either way. And I think y'all know that, but I just got to do a little demo whenever we can. All right, so I got the light blue pencil. Leave the bottom of the iris slightly paler. It's okay to have some white gap in the blue, okay? And I did make hers a little thicker there. I just drew it with a pen. I didn't even sketch it out. Okay, so now I was going to flip to the next page. Okay, Realistic Eyes Part 2. Here we go. Darker blue. As before, less color at the bottom. This is how I would do it anyway, but we got to talk it out. Let's get a kind of a true blue, because I don't want to go completely dark. She may get even darker. I don't know. She may even get into like a dark indigo to get around the iris. But right now she's got kind of a medium blue. Let's see. Let's see. Do I just want to... That's too light. Let's get into this bundle. Let's just go with a true blue. Let's see what blue this is. This is Copenhagen blue. Now that's going to be too turquoisey. I know. I just know from using it that's going to turn turquoise on me. I want to go with, I just want a true blue, like blue denim. Okay, we'll go with blue denim. All right. So now we're going to go make some space here. Let me sharpen my pencils. Are we having fun, guys? Hey, Sarah O. Anybody else popping in? We're doing a little demo from Colorist Special Effects, Helen Elliston. We're doing the eye demo. And again, I probably should have read ahead, but... All right, so now I'm going to take the darker blue, and she kind of keeps it kind of spotty. She kind of keeps it, she's not really drawing lines so much as she's kind of drawing like little specks. So we're going to go around the edge here, and this is kind of how I would do shading, you know, darker around the edge and darker at the top, because there's a shadow. You're going to have a shadow from the eyelid. So then she has little flecks. And blue eyes are a little bit more detailed because you see the little flecks. So she's got little flecks. She's got one or two down here. A couple coming out of the pupil. I'm trying to do it as close to hers as I can, guys. You know what I mean, Bern? Something like that. A little bit more on this side. My pupil's not perfectly round because I just drew it with a pen. Just ordered it? Good. Alright, so we're going to go with that. The little zigzags fanning around the eye for a more realistic. Yeah, that's kind of what we did there. The little zigzags. And I'm not sure when she's going to like kind of get down there, but I'm going to go and kind of circle the eye. All right, then on 8, she said to leave a white gap. I did kind of leave, mine's just not as big. The corner of my eye is not as big as hers, but we can always fix that. Let's just make it a little bigger. Posca pen. All right. Add light pink to the corner of the eyes. Okay, so let's get a light pink. All right, this is really peach. She's going with actual pink. Should I go with pink? Maybe, because she's doing it. I wouldn't go with actual pink, but we're going to do what she does. All right, so she puts, let me make sure that's dry there. She adds a little bit of pink in the inside of the eye, and then I'm going to try to do it, feather it out nice and smooth there. Okay, in both corners. How we doing? Are we kind of doing it okay here, guys? Don't want to get too much. She doesn't have too much. All right, now, next thing she does, add some darker pink to the corners. Blend in a touch of yellow to the white gap in the little bit of yellow in the corner there. Just a touch. Just put a touch. Okay, a little bit of yellow. Now she's going with a little darker pink. I thought that was pretty dark already. Let's see here. I don't know that I have a darker pink. It's almost would have to go into like a red color. Let's see what this one is. Yeah, see, carmine red is, it's not red to me. It's on the pink orange side, so we're going to go with that. Just to add a little bit darker. Just with our group, we sell out the book. I hope so, guys. I hope so. All right, so she just added, oh, I don't know if she put any over there. I think she just put it there. Oh, well. She has a little bit in the corner. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the light pink and kind of blend that in, feather it in, so it's not like, you know, harsh lines, right? Okay. Now we're going over here. Add gray pencil around the edges of the white. All right, so now she uses gray. I use blue. But we're going to use gray because she is. But when I do this part where I'm shadowing under the eyelid, like here, I use a slate blue, but she says gray. So let's go with a light gray. I'm enjoying this. I'm having fun. Let me do a little test here. That's going to be too dark. Let me get it one shade lighter. Where's my grays? Let's see here. I think I'm going to want this gray. Actually, I might need two grays because this one's not going to be dark enough, I don't think. Maybe it is. We'll go with the lightest one here. I'll tell you what it is in just a minute. It's called enabling, DeMonte. We enable. Okay, let me sharpen this up nice and sharp. Hang on. Okay, so we're going to go with this is 20% cool gray. I don't want to get it too dark, so I'm going to go with the lightest one. And then what she does is she goes like right up under the eyelid here and a little bit over the pink. Kind of blends all that together. This may not be dark enough. I don't know. She does have hers a little bit darker. But I'm afraid to get it too dark. I think that might be good enough. I don't know. Let me go with the one shade darker. We'll go with 50% cool gray, but I'm going to be careful. Okay, see the difference between those two? See the difference between the two? It's like I almost need, this is 20%, this is 50. It's almost like I need a 30%, which I probably have, but I'm just going to go in here just a tiny bit darker, like, because hers is just a little darker. Okay, like that. We still doing okay here, guys? I'm going to go back and blend a little bit that lighter gray just to make sure that's not any harsh lines. She has it going kind of just a little bit on the bottom, not too much. Okay? All right. Fade softly into the white. Now we're going to step 11. Add black pencil over the eyeball and iris under the top lash line. And again, once you've gone to the black here, I would have probably used indigo, but she said black. This is shadow on the eyeball from the eyelid and lashes above it. So here she's going to go kind of across the iris, okay? Again, we're using black. You got to be careful because, see here, now once I do this with the black, I'm not going to be able to get in here and do any more shading very easily without smearing the black. So you got to be careful. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to do the shadow. All right, kind of watch where my pencil goes. Wait for it. My pencil's going to go right across her eye. See right there? Oh, that's the blue. No, I doesn't say. Here, let's get my black. Okay. So I'm going right across the iris. And it's like bringing the lid down. Are y'all following here? And then up into the lashes like that. And I know the shape of my eye is not exactly like hers because I just hand drew mine, right? Didn't trace hers or anything. If you want to practice this, you could trace hers to get the exact shape of her eye if you want. But I think this is good practice not to do it exactly. Now, again, I have not gone up here. I think I'm probably done with the skin. So I'm going to go ahead and do the lashes. But remember, don't put your lashes on top of the skin until you're done with the skin. Because you don't want to have to try to color in between each individual lash, right? I'm sharpening my pencil here. So in other words, I'm going to go ahead and put some lashes in here. And when you do lashes, don't ever do this. Don't do this. Watch. Don't even do this. See how they're all perfect? Unless you're wearing false lashes, your lashes don't look like that. They're going to have a short one, a long one, a couple short ones, a couple long ones. You see? They're going to be different. And then when you come over on this side of the eye, they're going to go this way. This is how they're going to work, like this. So your lashes are going to be like coming this way. They're not going to be this long in the corner, but they're going to flick that way. And then up here, they're going to go more straight. Then they start flicking this way, right? Don't do your eyelashes like that. Okay? You see what I'm talking about? So these little corner ones are going to flick that away. These are going to flick up a little bit more straight. Then they start flicking over. I'm going to get them too long. I'm going to get them really thick here if I'm not careful. Okay? So you want to do that. And same thing for the bottom one. She has some bottom ones here now. The line, the shadow, the eyeball, the eyelid above. So she's already got, so I'm assuming she's done with the skin. So we're going to go ahead and put some lashes on the bottom too. Again, they're going to flick this way. Here, let's show you what not to do. Don't do this. Okay? Don't do that. You're going to flick just a few. And there's usually more of a gap on the bottom lashes. They're not as thick and as symmetrical. You know, they're not as they're just not as thick on the bottom. You're going to have fewer and farther in between, so you're going to leave a little bit more, maybe a little bit more space. And again, you know, they're going to get longer and more, especially if they have any mascara on. They're going to be a little thicker and probably more over on that side, but just put a few, okay? So there we go on that. Okay, she has a little bit more blend right there. Okay, now I'm going to go on from here. Okay, so now she's here at this stage. Now she's saying use a white gel pen, draw over the black guideline. Okay, so this is what always gets me on color books. And you always see me like Jasmine Beckett Griffith. I love how she paints her eyes, but when you go to do her color book, okay, let me get an example. When you go to color Jasmine's eyes, there's that black line there. And she has to draw it for a color book. I'm not faulting her. I'm saying you have to have that line to draw an eye, right, in a color book. But it's not, people's eyes are not like that. So when I go to do her eyes, let me get a couple examples out here. Jasmine eyes, I always white that out, like here. See how I've whited out? There's no black line. There's no black line. But, you know, to draw a color book page, you have to have that. So she's saying here, now she's going to use a white gel pen to black that or to white that out. Now she's kind of got it skipping. She hasn't got it completely gone, to reduce the strong black to a pale gray. We don't want this line to be a strong bright white. So she's saying take it easy. See, what I did here on mine is I whited it out, but I went back I whited it out, but I went back over it with peach. So she still has the eye rim, but there's not a black line there. You know what I mean, Vern? Unless you're wearing black eyeliner makeup there, right? But we're trying to draw it, not do the makeup here. All right, so let's go back now. So just me, I would probably almost completely white that out and go back over it with peach. So, but let's see, let's get a gel pen. I'm just going to use, and again, I would probably use my Posca marker, but she said gel pen, so we're going with gel pen. This is just a Uniball, Signo Uniball white gel pen, okay? So she's kind of got it, she's just going over it. She said don't get a white line, so I'm just kind of almost tapping out. You know, just kind of tap, tap, tap the gel pen just to get rid of the black line. And again, for me, I would probably just go over that after I got rid of the black. After I got rid of the black line, I would go over it with peach. And she does kind of have some peach in there. So maybe she just put it in there a little heavier than I did at first. So I'm going to let this dry. And then I'm going to go in there with the peach. Are we doing okay, guys? Are we doing her project pretty close? I haven't got any white. She has even a little bit of white kind of right here. She might have just left it a little lighter right on the bottom of the iris like that. I'm trying to copy hers, right? How we doing? So I want that to dry. So let me just kind of shake it over here and get that dry. Because I want to make sure it's dry before I go over it with the peach. Sharpen. We still with the tour, guys? I'm having fun trying to do her exact thing. Okay, so let's see, make sure that's dry, and I just want to kind of, it's a little tricky. I almost kind of, I think it wasn't quite dry. I kind of picked it back off. Okay, we'll just leave it for now. We can go back in there with some peach if we need to. You know, after this is dry, it's going to take a minute to dry. The gel pen, or I could hit it with the heat gun, but I'm trying not to do any of that. Okay, so now, all right, so now let's move on up here to the next one. Step 13. Let's just, oh, thanks, Jen. Okay, use an ultra fine nib, 2 to 3 millimeter nib, colored pencil eraser, like the mono, and I happen to have the mono, and remove 2 lines of color to create skin creases. Now, here is where I would have done this before the eyelashes, and you can see she went right over her She went right over her eyelashes there. And that might erase some of your eyelashes. So, but we're going to roll with it. Let me get my mono. Here's my little mono. This is my Janet mono, and it's just a tiny, it's like a pencil. I mean, look how tiny that, whoops. See how tiny that is? I popped it out so y'all could see it, but I'm going to push it back in a little. See, you don't want it sticking out too much because it'll just snap off. If you don't have an eraser, that's going to work, and I'm going to smear my black. So instead of using this, I'm going to just go with the gel pen. I don't want to smear my eyelashes, and I will. I'll smear my black. If I try to do two erasure marks right there, I'm going to smear my black eyelashes. So instead of doing that, I'm just going to do it with, I'm going to do it with my white pen here. And then just kind of touch it. So, see. To me, it looks just like hers with the, although she does carry hers out just a little further. Let me get it to work here. I'm working over wax. Something like that. Okay. Oh, I'm holding my breath. Okay. So that's that stage. All right, now we're going to come over here. And she says, add very subtle blue. And again, if we were doing a whole face, I would definitely be doing this with my slate blue. This is what I use. She just says subtle blue, but I use slate blue, just so y'all know. She's shading down here with a little bit more, because this would be the bridge of the nose. And I definitely use blue for shading in my skins. Okay, because this is where your nose bridge would be. In other words, this is like your nose right there starting. Okay, so I'm just doing that. So there we go, a little bit of blue. A little bit of slate blue. All right, down here. Slightly lighten. I gotta kind of, all right, let's read this one. Oh, she's gonna add a teardrop. Okay, so now we're gonna add a tear. Okay, I don't know if she's finished. Well, no, she's still gonna add some more white highlights. So we want to make sure that our blue is all done. It looks like she has just a little bit more blue shadow right in here, right above the eye there. Okay, so I want to keep with it, because when we go to add the white highlights and tear, this is all going to be done. You don't want to go back and try to add this part shading anymore after you've got that tear in there. All right, so here we go. We're going to add a tear. All right, so let me read what she says. Slightly lighten the lashes with smudged white gel pen if needed. Add dark brown shadow with the crisp edge that fades away. Okay, erase, or she's saying erase some skin color to make it paler. See, for me, now this is just me, I would have planned ahead knowing that I was going to do that, and I just wouldn't have put it so dark, right? So let me get my electric eraser. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do the line first. Okay, so I'm going to take my gel pen here, and we're going to do the tear. We're going to start working on a tear. I'm trying, guys. It makes me nervous trying to copy someone. I'm not used to this. All right, so I'm going to follow her line here, and let's make my pen, get my pen working here. Okay. Okay. Mine's a little more big, I think. Let's get it. Maybe mine's crying crocodile tears. Now she says to lighten inside there. So that's where I'm going to take my eraser here. Let me pop out my eraser. It's kind of getting low there. Okay. And I'm going to lighten on the inside of there. Okay, just a little bit, you see? Now she says to take a dark brown shadow right on, is that on the outside or the, I think that's the underside of her, yeah. Okay, so right on the outside, and she kind of, it doesn't look dark brown to me. It looks almost like the sienna color. I think she's taking two. Add dark brown shadow with the crisp edge that fades away. So I'll take the dark brown. Let me get these nice and sharp. Are we still following along, guys? I'm trying to stay in camera and keep y'all focused. Okay, so I'm going to take the dark brown, and she has kind of like a little shadow under the drip. See, I'm looking down here. Okay, and I have to still do I haven't done this part yet either. I'm just doing the one that's touching her eye. Okay. All right, and then it looks like she took like the sienna color and kind of feathered that out. So it's not a harsh line, it kind of feathers out a little bit. Like that, maybe. But again, I have that black line where I drew because when I erased, it didn't erase my pen line. So I don't want that black pen line there. I've got to kind of feather that back in. Okay, now use 2 layers of white for stronger highlights. So now we're going to use white gel pen for bold highlights to the tear, the bottom of the eyeball. Okay, she's got all these little places where she's used the white gel pen to make it highlight. Zigzag under the top of the eyelashes, the iris, and all these highlights. So can you see she's got lots of highlights there? So now we're going to do those highlights. All right. So first off, her tear has a couple extra little lines. Let's get my pen working again. Then she has some kind of coming across right on there, right over here. Then she's got highlights up right over the iris. A couple of little dots right under the lashes here. Something like that. And actually my black eyeball is a little too out of shape a little bit there. I made it a little thicker than hers. When that dries, I actually need to get back in there with a little bit of light blue. Let me go ahead and just dry it so I can do that. Because otherwise I will be I'll be rubbing off the white, you know. So there's a couple little areas in here where I need a little bit more blue. That's better. Does the book give you the blank eye shape? I think so. Let's see. Well, it gives you this one. I think she probably does somewhere else, but she gives you this. That's where we started. But we just drew our own. Like I said, you could trace one if you want. You know, I just drew one. That's why mine's not exactly like hers, because I just hand drew one. All right, so let's see. Where were we? Oh, right here. So I'm just going to kind of look this over. Let me go back with my gray. It looks like I need just a little bit more dark gray. I need just a tiny bit more eye corner. I mean, I'm following hers, right? So it looks like I need just a little darker eye corner. Looking it over. She has a little bit more rounded eye here. Okay, so now I got to go back with my gel pen in here. And like she said, it might take 2 layers. That just makes that tear like she's got watery eyes, right? Like that. And it looks like she's kind of, because I'm looking down at the end here, it's like she has a little bit more peach blend in here, so it's a little less, you barely see the eyelashes popping through. I'm just going to lighten that up just a little, like that. All right. So I think that's pretty much it. I might want just a couple little bit darker, a little bit more darker hairs in her brow here. Maybe just bring a few little down. Bring her eyebrows down just a little. But I think that looks pretty close to hers. But now we'll do the tear on the cheek. So what do y'all think? Did we get pretty close? Hers is a little bit more red. You know, hers has a little bit more shading. A little bit more of the, you know, the red brown, you know, under the eyes and all. But again, now, see, I don't want to smear my eyelashes. Got to be careful because they'll smear. But I think that's pretty good. So now we're going to do this tear, which she has right here. Okay, we're going to draw that tear on her cheek. Thanks, guys. We got to do the artist proud. Okay, so now she's got, right here, she's taken a burnt ochre or the tan. Now, our tan we were calling the ginger root, which is the closest that we had to her tan color. So we're going to go with that, at least to start. Okay, so let's see where she has the tear at exactly. So her tear kind of comes down. I'm going to follow where she put it here. Then we'll go over to the steps. We can make hers a little bigger. I mean, ours a little bigger. Okay. So we're going to have that big of a tear. All right, so now let's go back over to the steps. Okay, so we're going to kind of shade that side. We can always go darker, so let's just keep it light to start with. Then she goes with the light flesh color because that's the skin showing through, right? Okay. She says light flesh, period, blend. So we're going to blend. And she does have it a little bit more defined. Okay. Now she's using dark brown. Fade the shadow away. Okay, so let's be careful though with that dark brown. I think I'm going to start with the sienna color. Well, she used dark brown under here, so we'll go with dark brown. Okay. I want to be careful. Okay, so she's got it right under there, and then she fades it out. Fade out. I think she does a little, I'm looking at her finished here. And I'm barely touching, guys. You got to be gentle with stuff like this. Okay, so I'm going to take the peach now and kind of fade that because it's fading into her skin, right? But we didn't do any skin down here. But that's how she's kind of got it faded out into the skin. Okay, so let's go back up here. Now she has a crisp black line on the right edge. Ooh, okay, black. Let's go with the black. I'm kind of looking at the finished and at this. Okay. Pale here. So yeah, I did pale that out. See how she pulled out that reflection? All right, now 4 is the crisp black line on the edge of the tear. Okay, I'm going to be this is very sharp pencil. We don't want to, yeah, let's be careful here. Okay. Then she has the white gel pen in these areas. Let's see, fade this white dot into the skin. White gel pen. Okay. All right, so I'm thinking this top bit right here, though, needs to be a little darker. She has a little bit darker on this side. So I'm going to go with the reddish brown color. Because that ginger root's barely showing up. All right, so now she goes with the white gel pen. Gonna follow her thing here. She's got a white highlight here. She's got a white highlight here. She's got a white highlight here. That black line's a little black for me. I don't know. And then she has a little bit of white under here. But let's go back over here now. See, I don't see that black line as sharply on hers as I do on mine. So I'm going to go in here with the brown and just, well, no, actually I think I'm going to go with the sienna brown and kind of just knock back that black. So it's a line, but it's not like such a harsh line. Know what I mean, Vern? And of course you can go in here and tweak. You know, nothing's stopping you saying, oh, I already did that step, I can't go back in there. you can go back in there and tweak. The black does freak me out. Yeah, because I'd rather almost use dark, you know, anything. But anyway. So again, hers is a little bit lighter up here. I think I'm going to go back in with my white and just knock back that height, the height of that tear just a little, like that. I think that's a little better. Let's let it dry, and if I want to add a little bit more. So, there we go, guys. See, mine still looks a little blacker. I think I just might have got it a little too thick. Let me hit it with the heat gun and go in there with a little dark brown. Just to, or the sienna. Just to, whoops, here it is. Just to kind of knock it back just the tiniest bit. I think I'm just getting it, my tears just bigger. My girl's crying bigger tears. That's all. You know, something like that. Anyway. Thanks, guys. I think we did pretty good, right? Do you think we did Miss Helen Elliston proud? Using her samples. So everybody's already bought the book. Is there any left in stock? Oh. Thanks, guys. So it only took us an hour and 15 minutes to do one eye. And I mean, if I wanted to do some more tweaking, I could see how I could, like, bring this eyebrow down a little bit more shadow in here, and But again, I just hand drew this. It's not her exact eye, It's just a hand drawn, one similar. So let me, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and back out. Let me back out. We'll save this video as its own video. So let's see. Okay. Come on. Oh, my mouse is stuck on something. Get my chat back. Alrighty. Thanks, guys. I think it turned out pretty good. So there's hers and mine. And again, this is a book where we're practicing something out. Colorist Special Effects, Helen Elliston. We're doing, she has tons of stuff in this book, guys, for color, all kinds of places to chart your pencils, whatever you're using in the back, and just all kinds of backgrounds, all kinds of effects like jewels, cabochon type things, crystals. That would be a fun one to do. Oh, dramatic lighting gems. So yeah, crowns, balloons, glasses, mermaid tail, bubbles, all kinds of things, as you can see. There's another water droplet, hair. So yeah, go purchase her book, Helen Elliston, Colorist Special Effects. Now let me tell you, there's a grayscale one too, and all that means is that the book is not in color. So don't get the grayscale one if you want all these colors, okay? Just get Colorist Special Effects. And it would say grayscale on it. Because see, I thought I'd ordered the grayscale one thinking that it was special effects to use on grayscale. But Jen said, Jen has this book too, that Helen sent to her, that it's not for special effects for grayscale, it's just in grayscale. So make sure you just get the original Colorist Special Effects. Okay, hey Terry. So yeah, there's our sample there. Let me hold them both up for you. So yeah. So thanks guys for watching, and we're going to stop this video. Go purchase Helen's book. You can get it at her website, www.helenclaire, art.co.uk, or Amazon. I bought mine on Amazon. Okay? So, all right, guys, we'll be right back. Thanks for watching.